So one of the challenges in implementing these projects is on financing and in the regulation. So I would like to invite the moderator for this panel. He is a qualified chartered accountant, cost and management accountant, and a bachelor of general law. He comes with a treasure trove of experience and knowledge. He started his career in 1988 as a practicing chartered accountant in Mumbai. On being qualified for the Indian Revenue Services in the year 1990, he started working for the government of India for more than a decade.
To execute all these projects, financing is a key word. You are all aware that the funds coming from the state and the central government is to the extent of 500 crores each, that is 1,000 crores in all, over a period of 5 years. Now 200 crores per annum is not a very big amount. This amount can at best be the seed capital. How do we leverage this 200 crores per annum to generate a growth momentum, an engine of growth, which takes the city economically forward, which falls within the parameters of the smart city, which is inclusive, which takes care of the needs of the citizens of the city. The MOUD and its guidelines have given various options apart from this 500 crores each. Some of the options are...
So finances come from non-tax revenues, not from tax revenues, which means property tax continues to be not a very buoyant source of revenue for the city. And there are many progressive cities in the country like Delhi and all which have switched over to the unit area method of property tax valuation, which basically values the property based on the year of construction, number of rooms, square footage, type of roof, kind of neighborhood, facilities available and so forth. I'm not so sure that the self-assessment scheme currently in place in Bangalore City Corporation takes care of this, and that is one. The other part of tapping property tax as a better source of revenue for the city of Bangalore hinges on coverage of all properties, because there are a lot of properties presumably in remote areas which are not
at 64,000 crore. The central grant is 14,000 crore. So that means 50,000 crore have to be put in by the state or the union. Which, how many states and how many unions can we need to evaluate. Now out of this 14,000 crore, the center will give 50% retained at the center for promotion campaigns, information campaigns. So balance about 1,000 crore is what is distributed for the ULB levels for the next 5 years. So that means we can imagine what is the kind of budget that is going to be given. Now, coupling with the central schemes, Amrut is a relatively good scheme which we can tap into. So, this 200 crore of smart schemes. Simultaneously, we can use novel ideas of betterment charges, new area development charges, and various other modes to increase the revenue of the impacted area where the development will be happening and the neighborhood area development, and from there the revenue can be recovered. Then there are other financial methods available which are like TDR, premium FAR.
Whatever changes that have been proposed till now since yesterday, whether it's greenfield, brownfield or retrofitting or whatever we name it, it has to work within the purview of some law. So to that, independent cities, every city comes up with a master plan and regulations and bylaws, wherein there is a provision in the Act. Accordingly, to suit their requirement, they can make changes in their master plan, either by revising the master plan because the Act has provisions for it. If at all, that master plan, yesterday I heard a professor from Manipal telling that our master plans are only land use planning. We need to do what is called economic corridor planning or something. means that we need to amend or no, because as of now, I feel all urban development authorities and local bodies are cash crunched. With reference to 74th Constitution Amendment, I think very shortly they will merge it with the local bodies. So we do not know what is going to happen. That's all in future. But if at all there has to be sharing of whatever income or that also has to come in a regulation or act. Only then it is possible. Otherwise, it will remain.
Right. But if at all we are saying by doing some corrections in the system, we are going to increase the tax revenue. We have to specify how we are doing that. So these things, our corporation should also take some concrete direction, and then they have to come forward. For example, right now in our Karnataka Municipal Corporations Act, where the property tax section is there is no clear definition as to what area should be considered for calculating the property tax. So some are putting as carpet area, some are putting as licensed area, some are putting it as floor area, some are putting as the total construction area. Strictly speaking, it should be for the total construction area, excluding the car parking area. But that is not defined, because of which we are collecting at least minimum 30%. Those genuine cases itself, minimum 30% less than what actually should have been collected. Other than that, there is no provision made in the Act in case of any defaulting. There is certain restriction, timelines, you cannot go retrospective and collect. There is no such provision. Only thing is that if any wrong calculation, something is made, 100% up to 100% penalty can be levied. But there is no comprehensive, no rules made for this. It's only based on the provision of Act. That is how the entire Karnataka. So my request to the representative here is that this has to be seriously considered. However, now that will take time.
Meeting proper channels, and whatever you have submitted to the committee, based on that, whatever amendments have to be done to the relevant acts will be considered by the amendments, will be looked at the government level.
Similarly for EWS housing also.
Yes, that also again the court has stuck down whatever regulations that we made is being stuck down by the court, and it is pending. Akrama Sakrama and EWS both are pending at the court. So
even Akrama Sakrama ke now any proposal kalsboda.
There are rules pending. The rules only has been stuck down by the government.
No, rules
stay there. But otherwise, if you want to independently do it and you can send it, it's up to people. It's up to the corporation to do so. Otherwise, as of now, whatever act and rules are there, it is being stayed by the court.
Corporation, senior corporators and other issues.
All these developments would have capitalized in the property value, and BBFC has already gone a step forward and they have revised their guidance values. And I don't know what Bangalore has done with respect to that. So that is a very important source one. The second thing I would like to mention is that water supply, water charges. I don't know how the water charges look like in the city, but in terms of economic theory, a city will use its least expensive sources of water first. And then as the city grows, the city will resort to increasingly expensive sources of water supply from different water sources, like Bangalore has resorted to Kaveri stage 5 now. So I'm sure that Bangalore will also resort to increasingly sources of water supply, but this means that using the average cost of water supply today will underestimate the cost of water production in the future. So marginal cost pricing for water supply is yet another source of revenue, although I don't know how buoyant this is. And in Bangalore, we are living in the fringes of Bangalore and we are already feeling it, because we pay a very huge water charge.
I will just sum up this issue. Point one, how do we enhance the property tax by efficient administration of tax? For that, the simple answer is proper computerization, because the city corporation is in the possession of all the door numbers, the area that has been built for that door number, and the probable tax that will be collected. I don't think even now an exercise has been carried out in Bangalore and many other cities to find out who are the people, which are the door numbers where taxes have never been paid for the last few years.
That exercise itself has not been carried out. So these are the simple ways to enhance the revenue. And as to water supply and water bills, it has been given out to a private agency to do the meter reading, but more than the